Hello everybody, welcome to round 4 of the igpfun Skip Barber tournament. We are racing at MidOhio, a very nice North American track. 27 laps today, approximately 45 minutes race. 29 cars are already aligned on the grid, and let's go quickly through the grid itself. Pole position went to Szabolcs Feher, 1:37.5, very decent lap time. Matt Defo behind him, only 1/10 behind him. Second row for Andrew Taylor and Clark Williams, still only 1/10 behind the pole position. Third row for Luca Varani and Cosimo Monti. On the fourth row, Christian Mancini, currently the leader of the tournament, and Francesco Maggi. These two drivers battled it out at Silverstone for the whole race on the fourth race of this season. Ninth position for Alan Piercy, first time he races in the igpfun tournament, and 10th place for Dujon Boldrin, half a second covering the top 10 drivers. Luca Agretti and Stefan Lindegger are just behind them, followed by Massimo Bindi and Davide Gracci. These two drivers have been much more up front in previous races. They're starting a little to the middle of the track this time around. Farther back we have Arthur Hermont and Giovanni Selitto. David Csaba Kertesz in 17th place. Russell Klesson, another first-time driver to the series, in position 18. Steve Paradise and Giacomo Ponte, followed by John Elners and Simone Pancri. Adam Bradshaw is having some troubles adapting to this car. He's a specialist of a spec racer Ford. Brian Strongquist, Lucas Dereschi, Jose Carlos Campodonico, Fabio Russo, Marcio Amadeo, and Anthony Woods finishing the 29 drivers grid. Drivers are ready to start the engines, and actually, here we go. Very clean start, as always in this series. Somebody is going side by side on turn 1, but it's not really dangerous. This is the long straight leading to turn 2. The keyhole is an hairpin. Somebody is getting too wide, but I cannot see any problem. The 29 drivers are all very well behaved. After the keyhole, here are the cars. On the long straight leading to turn 4, this one coming up, we expect to see plenty of overtaking at this place. Turn 4, 5 and 6, you can see how much of a roller coaster this track is. Plenty of up and downs. It's really a fun track to drive. The S's, plenty of corners. Now a very difficult turn 9. You go over the crest and you have to turn at the same time into Thunder Valley for the very fast fourth gear or third gear, some often left-hander. The carousel is the final corner, and here we are on the start-finish line again. No changes, no position changes, I believe. Lap 2, drivers are starting to scramble a little bit with top 5 cars. Then a little gap to Christian Mancini in the yellow car, and another 5 cars together. Dujon Boldrin, I believe, is going side by side with Stefan Niederberger just behind them. I apologize, we have a problem with the scoring system. Szabolcs Feher is indicated in second place, is actually first. Sorry for that. I'll try to sort it out while you watch this very exciting pack of cars. Nose to tail everywhere throughout the field. Very close action up front. I still haven't managed to fix the scoring problems. Sorry for that. The positions shown at the top in the ticker are correct. The one on the overlays are not. Apologies for that. So we are looking at Andrew Taylor now in the red and black car. Clark Williams, third place, number 25. Varani lost it, he put the wheel on the grass outside turn 1, yet to lift, and Mancini passed him for 5th place. So this is the first position change among the leaders. We have 10 cars breaking away from the rest. They are nose to tail, position 1 to 10, really. Then there is a little gap up to Stefan Niederberger. I can see side-by-side racing farther in the pack. It's frankly a little difficult to follow everybody. Very exciting racing. Szabolcs Feher and Matt Defo, first and second. As I'm saying, please disregard the numbers indicated at the bottom. They are all scaled by 1 place. We are on board with Christian Mancini, position 5 at this moment. Through the hairpin, the keyhole, and up into the very long straight leading to turn 4. Turn 3 is this little kink, but it's flat out, no problem. Plenty of draft going on here. We will certainly see overtaking moves as the races goes on. The top 3 cars, well, the top 10 is really together, but the top 3 cars are closer to each other at this stage. This is Clark Williams with a black and green car, 3rd place. He seems to be a little faster than Matt, number 17 in 2nd place. We'll see if he will be able to attack him. I've seen people fighting. Here they are, the 2 teammates, Dujon Boldrain and Arthur Hermont. The 2 red and grey cars going side by side through T1. That's courageous. Yeah. It was, well, Dujon had to go a little wide, and Stefan with a grey and purple car could pass him. Nice little group of 6 cars. Massimo Bindi is closing it up. Let's move back to the leaders that are fighting it out. Let me see if I will. This is not a place to pass through the S's. The top 5 drivers seems to have gained a little advantage over Varani and Maggi. Little advantage is actually 0.5 seconds, so it's really no big deal. Cosimo Monti is now up to 7th place with a white and red car. Very nice driving by everybody, really. Lap times are already under 1:38. Of course there is a draft, but still they are very respectable times, given that the cars are full of fuel. Szabolcs 1:38.15 the previous round. He has no draft. Whereas Matt, he's actually moving on the inside, is side by side with Clark. Clark is now inside for this corner. Andy is in 2nd place, maybe. Still side by side racing. Yes, he's gone. He's done it. So Clark Williams moved from 3rd to 2nd place. Took him 3 corners side by side to actually do it. Andrew Taylor in the red car. This is not a place to pass. Oh, they seem to be side by side. That's just gonna cost them a lot of time. In fact, Varani and Monti are now back together. It's about half a second they gained on these fighting cars, whereas Szabolcs managed to open up a little gap. Of course, this is what happens when you go side by side through corners, but that's something you need to do if you want to gain places. Up front, this is again Andrew Taylor moving towards the inside. Let's see if Christian with the yellow car can get a draft on the long straight. Moving inside, Andrew is covering. Looking to attack on the outside for Christian. Very difficult, of course, to pass on the outside. Clean defending by Andrew I was slowed down, of course. Varani has a much better line. He's not fighting. You could see how much closer he was to the apex. Some smoke in the background. Apologies, I'm having problems following everybody because frankly there are quite a lot of things going on. Monty getting a little sideways on the curb at turn 9. Meantime, Szabolcs has 7/10 of a second advantage over Clark Williams. 1:37.8 without the draft. These guys are driving fast. 37.4 Clark. That's a very, very, very fast lap time this early in the race. Let's go back to Matt, Andrew and Christian. Again, trying to attack on the long straight. Andrew Taylor moving towards the inside. Let's see, it's not quite alongside. Matt is leaving in room, but cannot pass. The following corner, turn 5, is very tight. No place for Christian to go, even if he was faster in this particular instant. Matt seems to be slowing down the other guys just a little. Andrew trying again, not a place to pass, it's just disturbing him. It's a very, very fast corner. You cannot go too wide there. This car is the lap car of Adam Bradshaw. Christian Mancini very, very close to Andrew. Got a little too much of a curb. Now is Varani who has a chance to get a jump on him. He's on the inside. Actually, he braked early. It's not really advantageous to pass at the hairpin because then there is this very long straightaway where people can just get a draft and slingshot on the inside. Adam Bradshaw is letting the leaders through. We are neglecting all the drivers in this 29 cars race, but these 5 cars are really driving very close to each other. The lapped car actually moved to the grass to let them through. Very generous of him. No overtaking moves lately. We are at lap 7, lap 8 for the leaders, I believe. I was saying no passing actually, but believe you me, it's very, very tense to drive this close to 4 other cars, and it was 10 at the beginning of the race. Lap 9 actually just started for the leader. This is Matt Defo looking towards Andrew Taylor. Let's see, Christian Mancini with Varani close by. I thought he could get a slingshot in the draft, but it's actually losing ground. He probably was just faster at the hairpin. He braked maybe a little too late. This is Christian. Very fast driver. He won 2 races already. The first 2 races actually at Silverstone and Laguna. He didn't do as well at Silverstone and Watkins Glen. He didn't do as well at Laguna Seca. Again, I'm having all sort of problems with the scoring system. Sorry for that. It tells me we are on lap 8. I believe that's not correct. We should be on lap 10 at least. Almost half race. Again, Andrew moving to the inside to defend. Christian now has a good run of it. Andrew is closing the gap. Little aggressive is defending, taking the inside now. Meanwhile, up front, let's see what happens. I think Christian is too far behind this time. Up ahead, Clark has almost caught Szabolcs for position 1 they opened up a little bit of a gap, about 2 or 3 seconds actually now, over Matt Defo in 3rd place. Let's just quickly look back to Massimo Bindi and Davide Gracci. They are in position 9 and 10, and they have been fighting each other out for a while. Again, please disregard the position indicated at the bottom. They are not. Massimo was rear-ending Davide, Massimo Bindi, on the orange car, so he actually had to take evasive actions. Another couple of drivers, Giacomo Ponte with a black car and David Csaba Kertesz. They are fighting for position 12, I believe. I think it's 12. It's very, very difficult to follow these things when the information is just wrong. Let's move back to the leaders. Oh, just in time. It seems like Andrew spun out. Sorry, I missed that. Great timing. Let's go back with the replay and see what happens. There is Andrew attacking Matt Defo at the hairpin. He went through, but now Matt has a better run getting out of it. Let's see where I show up. And now coming into turn 4, Andrew just braked too deep and lost it. Good job by everybody missing him. Christian lost 2 places in the meantime. Let's have a look from his perspective. Another replay. Very good reflexes by Christian. So change of positions. Now we have Szabolcs Feher in 1st place. We are, I believe, on lap 11. Apologies, I cannot be more precise. So Szabolcs is indicated in position 3, that's not correct. He's first, followed by Clark Williams, 1 second behind him now. Always lapping below 1:38. The tires are not fresh anymore, but these drivers are still driving very, very fast without any mistake. Clark Williams, second place. And Matt Defo is third, and now he got a little breathing space since Andrew Espan is actually lap 13 of 27 according to the ticker up ahead. Position 4, 5 and 6 for Varani, Monti and Mancini were just together. .139 on the last lap, of course, because they were avoiding Andrew spinning out. Actually, I'm not sure why, but the positions indicated at the bottom are now correct. So this is the battle for 4th place. I'm glad it's working. Christian Mancini in the yellow car seems a little faster than the two drivers ahead of him, but not that easy to pass on this track. He's on the inside, and I think he touched, yeah, there was a slight touch, and Cosimo Monti actually spun out soon afterwards when he moved on, when he put the wheel on the grass. Let's see. Yeah, here is the touch, very light. Maybe that's very strange accident. Maybe he had a flat tire after the contact with the nose of Christian or something. I don't know. So this is Matt and Luca Varani. Now the leaders, of course, have separated a little bit due to these contacts. Let's move back to Davide Gracci. He is in 9th place. Massimo Bindi managed to pass him about 0.8 of a second, separating these two cars. Going through the passes. Our close battles still Giacomo Ponte and David Csaba Kertesz. I have no idea how to pronounce that, apologies. Position 12 and Giacomo Ponte is 11, battle for 11th place. These two drivers have been together the whole race, really. I'm told that Luca Agretti, now in position 16, has some funny damage. Yes, here he is. Let's see if we can get a better view of it. But so he must have had contact, and now his legs are actually showing through the gap in the cockpit. not the best way to see it. You see, there is no front to the car. I've never seen that before. His car cannot be handling too well. He's currently position 16. Anyway, let's move up again to the battle for 4th place. Now Christian Mancini gained back on Varani in the purple car. Sorry. Each time the camera changes, it goes back to the previous driver. Sorry for that. No. Monty, meanwhile, has retired. Too bad. It was an interesting battle. So this is looking back from Varani's car. Not quite making it. Christian was trying to pass, didn't quite make it. Very, very close. We're looking back at Christian from Luca's car. Meanwhile, 1.3 seconds now between Szabolcs and Clark. And we are on lap 15 according to my scoring system. Matt Death also has gained something, so Matt is now 5 seconds behind Clark Williams, position 2 for Clark Williams, but now he has a 1.7 seconds advantage over Varani and Mancini now on screen. Another 5 seconds for Andrew Taylor, then Arthur Hermont in position 7. Let's see, let's wait for the nothing. Christian is lifting, it doesn't want to attack, he was too far behind. Varani locking the left front, that's the unloaded tire, of course. It was a left-hander, blocking under braking, I mean. Mancini seems faster here. Turn 9, very, very difficult. Using the curb and no place to pass here, it's just too narrow. So Varani seems faster in the fast corners, too wide now for Mancini. He has lost a lot of ground. So let's move back to Massimo Bindi and Davide Gracci. Battle for 8th place now. A couple of guys have retired. Stefan, yes, I think Stefan Niederberger retired. I don't see him anymore in the scoring system. Niedegger, sorry. Yeah, he's now indicated on position 19. Something must have happened to him. Very close. Davide Gracci. Red, green, and black car. Yeah, sorry again. Change of camera, change of cars. It's different lines for these two drivers. We are now on lap 18, not 15 again. Sorry for that, no control. I have no control on it. While we watch this battle, Christian Mancini has caught up with Varani again. 0.3 seconds separating the two. Marcio Amadeo is also fighting with Giovanni Selitto. This is the battle for 11th place. So these drivers are about 1 second per lap slower than the leaders. Sorry. Marcio, the red and white car, seems to be able to attack Giovanni. Lap 19, meanwhile, for the leaders. I need to stop changing camera. Slipstreaming for Marcio. He has a damaged front wing. There must have been some contact through the race. Side by side. Now he's on the inside. They're giving each other a lot of respect, a lot of room. That's very good to see. Gianni, with the yellow car, is sliding just a little, defending well. Let's have a look from Marcio cockpit. Is losing ground here, so let's move back to Christian, actually, who is slipstreaming Varani. I'm gonna try to change camera. I regret it, sorry. Varani on the inside, but Christian has actually the inside for the following corner and takes 4th place. Meanwhile, Clark Williams is now in position 3rd, so he lost about 5 seconds. He must have gone off. Let's see. I'm looking back. He was all by himself, just too hot into turn 1, lost it. And of course he's slow. And Matt passes him while Christian and Luca are fighting. Now there was a lapped car, I think it's Fabio Russo. He may have slowed down somebody in this group. That's why Christian could get so close. We are looking at the replay, of course. I'll try to reset the scoring system once again. See if I can get the lap counter correct. We should be on lap 21, but I'm not 100% sure. Luca is following Christian Mancini very closely. The two have lost a little. Very good exit for Luca, but he gives up. It's very, very difficult, of course, to attack on the outside at the hairpin. Meanwhile, Clark Williams is going for second place again. He took the inside of Matt very well, very clean pass actually. So this is the battle for second place. Just behind the yellow and purple car of Mancini and Varani. They are dueling as well, and they are losing time, losing ground from Matt and Clark on one end, and on the other, Andrew Taylor is gaining constantly on them. He's now 2.5 seconds only behind them. Lap counter is off again. I think we are probably 3 laps from the end. Let's see. Varani on the inside, braking early, not quite making it. Lap 22 of 27 according to the ticker. 5 laps to go. Andrew Taylor is in the... let's wait. Varani getting on the inside. Christian stays wide. They slow down a lot. So a couple of battles while Szabolcs Feher is all by himself. Position 1 now, 9 seconds ahead of these other drivers. Andrew Taylor is really gaining on the drivers in front of him. 37.6, 38.7, and so that's 1 full second gained. Is now only 1.7 seconds behind Varani. Varani getting wide and knocking off a cone. There are other battles throughout the field, but these two couples, Williams and Defo, and Varani and Mancini, are really the closest battles, so we will actually stay with them. It's a huge draft, but Varani didn't actually try to pass. That's the ups and down through the S's. Andrew Taylor another 2/10 of a second gained. Now he's actually feeling the draft of the car's ahead. There is, I believe, Brian Strongquist, I think he is. Yes, up front, the blue car is lapped. We'll see what role he will play, if any. It's getting on the inside right now. So, the first two guys, second and third place, went cleanly through them. Christian seemed to be faster than Barani in earlier laps. Barani getting the draft of the lapped car as well now. So we're saying Christian seemed faster on earlier laps, but now it's actually Barani who's faster. We have only 3 laps to go. So I'm wondering if the tires on Christian's car are suffering a little. Andrew Taylor, meanwhile, is 1.1 seconds now behind Barani. 1.2 now. Closest battle throughout the field is for position 11, 12 and 13. We have about 3 seconds separating 3 cars. From the cockpit of Barani. Yeah, slow down, it's getting a great exit. Going into the hairpin. It's getting, Christian is defending the inside. Barani braked earlier. Oh, now he's getting, Christian spun. And I think he hit Barani. It's very slow now. Yeah, the left rear of Barani's car is all bent. You can see it there. He just cannot drive straight. So 2 laps to go. Very unfortunate contact. Let's see if we can watch a replay. We'll get back to these images in a short while. So this had already happened. So this is the replay. Barani having a great exit from turn 1. Meanwhile, up front, it was Matt Deathrow getting on the inside of... Yeah, you can see the contact. Too many things going on. Sorry, it's just for my curiosity. I want to see it again. Have a look at the left rear on the purple car. You can see it bending. There it goes. And up front, as I was saying, Matt has overtaken Clark at the hairpin, and now is Clark getting on the inside. This is the battle for second place. Two laps to go, as I was saying. This is Barani with a very broken car. He's letting Mancini through. So Varani now in 6th place. Luca is lapped, but Arthur Hermont is 6 seconds behind now. 5.5 is gaining rapidly on Varani. We'll see if he will be able to keep his 6th place now. He just cannot drive straight. Let's say from his cockpit if we can see what's going on. So to go straight, he's actually need to keep the steering wheel on the right. So last lap, battle for 2nd place. Matt is attacking Clark on the outside on turn 4 and then getting the inside, sliding all over the place. These guys of course are giving it all. It's the last lap and the tires are shot. It seems that Matt actually is gonna hold on to 2nd place. Szabolcs Feher still batting. Szabolcs just crossed the finish line. Last corner for Matt, who managed to overtake on the very last lap for 2nd place. Apologies for the noise. So Andrew Taylor, 4th place. 5th was Christian after the spin and the contact on the 2nd to last lap. Arthur Hermont was actually finished 6th. Luca Varani 7. Davide Gracci 8. 9th place for Massimo Bindi. Again, sorry, the positions indicated at the bottom are just not right. So we'll just read the final standings. So Szabolcs Feher won the race. He actually led every single lap, but it was certainly not a boring race. He never had more than a second on 2nd place for 22 of 27 laps. Matt Defo, 2nd place at the end, overtaking Clark Williams for 2nd on the very last lap. 4th place for Andrew Taylor. After a spin, he managed to move back up and pass 2 cars on the penultimate lap. Christian Mancini, after contact with Varani, finished 5th. Arthur Hermont, very nice 6th place for him. I think it's the best finish for him in the GP Fun tournament. He started 15th on the grid, so impressive. Very well done, Arthur. Position 7 for Luca Varani. Davide Gracci 8th. Massimo Bindi in 9th place. Giacomo Ponte closed the top 10. Marcio Amadeo 11, Giovanni Selitto 12, then David Saba Kertesz, 14th place for Luca Leonetto Agretti, sorry for that. He had the whole race without the front of his car. 15th, Brian Strongquist, another solid performance by him. He makes very few mistakes. 16th place for Lucas Dereschi. He started 2nd to last, so good race for him as well. 17th, Fabio Russo. Another solid performance. Adam Bradshaw was 18, then Stefan Niedegger, he retired. Duljon Boldrin retired as well. Cosimo Monti, Anthony Woods, Simone Pancri, John Ehlers, Steve Paradise, Francesco Maggi. We never really looked at him, but he spun out early in the race while he was in 6th or 7th place. So Francesco has had very strong performances in the previous races, this was not a lucky one for him. Allen Piercy was collected by the spin of Francesco in the early race and had to retire. Russell Clesson and Jose Campodonico in last place. Thank you everybody for watching. Sorry for the problems with the scoring. I think it was a very exciting race, plenty of action going on. Hope to see you next time at Spa. Goodbye.